we are so desensitized to how miraculous and magical this thing that we call existence is, right? And I think one of the ways that I see existence is like pure magic. Like one of the epitome of pure magic in existence is collective consciousness, and that's exactly how I feel and what I think when I share these ladders generally, but specifically for this song, because like exactly where I'm at and exactly what I'm feeling is so perfectly articulated. Like I genuinely had to just take a step back and just think, damn, these are not even like, this is not even something that I have curated as a actual thought. These are just emotions that I'm feeling in my body, and I'm able to pick up, again, a miraculous device, because why do we normalize phones and technology? But that's besides the point. To pick that up and to hear somebody that I've never met, a whole different race from me, a whole different like life experiences, grew up differently in another side of the world, literally exactly say what I'm feeling. And I know that was such a long-winded way of saying it, but like I just really have to stress how insane that is. And I think that's why specifically like these ladders, like guys, like when I say this is so much more deeper to me, like I don't know, I feel like sometimes when I post it, like people don't really get the concept and like what I'm like sharing. And I don't know, like I mean, it's not really for people to get. I think that's kind of also where I've been at, in the sense of, I think I mentioned this before, of not being understood and being okay with that. But yeah, this song specifically, guys, like I just think, yeah, I don't know if there's even anything more to say, because genuinely she says every single thing. Like there's nothing more to be said, there's nothing more to be added. But I guess in a sense of elaboration, I the feeling of being lost, the feeling of not knowing where you are going, but just going. Just going, as in like every step I take genuinely is like, what am I even doing? But it's like I can almost feel it. I can feel it. I know where I'm going, but then it's like in the doing I'm like, is this like, you know, when in movies and things, and it's the square that like drops, or like the square that can lead you to the other square. It's like that. And I see it as like, I guess in this sense, especially when Miley says like some battles you're gonna lose. Like I remember when I first heard this song, I was thinking, speak for yourself. Yeah, not too much though. I know we're bonding over here with the rest of the lyrics, but not too much on that one. And I guess the more I've just sat with the song and that lyric specifically, I've kind of just realized like, not every battle you're gonna win. It doesn't mean it ends there. It might start there, but it shouldn't end there. And I feel like even with that, the initial rejection of that, no, but I don't want to be losing any battles. No, you're gonna lose some battles, and you have to be human and genuine with yourself, in the sense of, yeah, this will happen, and what do I do from there? But if you have that perspective and that hope, and I guess just yeah, that perspective of, oh, I will never lose a battle, it's like, it's a lot harder for you to get back up after you've lost that battle, because it's like, damn, how can I lose that battle? But then it's like, obviously you lost the battle because you're new, like you're just finding your feet, you're just discovering these things, and you are like relating it back to, I guess, one of the first realizations I had, not one of the first, one of the many realizations I've had, in the sense of nature being directly mirrored to human reality, and specifically the imagery or the process of repotting. When you see it like that, it's like, of course the plant is going to have transplant shock, of course the plant is going to fail, of course the plant is going to be like fail and you know, like fall, and like all of these things that the plant will do when it's in shock of a new environment. And I think we just don't, we see past that part, or we want to see past that part, and we don't really want that part to be real or to be relevant to us. Like I think we always just want that, like, yeah, like I've started this new thing, I'm great at it, like I want to change, I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym every day, like no. Or like I want to cut off sugar, like I wake up and like I never even breathe in the same room as a sugary drink. Like no, like it's, you start somewhere, you build, you progress. And I think where I'm currently at in the sense of the climb and the mountain is daring to dream, daring to do. Because I think, like today I was just like, it's kind of mad. I was like at a day party, guys. That's why I'm all dressed up, by the way. And I just couldn't stop thinking. I couldn't turn my brain off. Like when I say like, let me show you guys. I have my whole notes, and I literally, oh, all of this is from like a couple hours me stood in the club whilst like everyone's there like nakupenda. I'm there like, oh. And I just couldn't stop thinking. And one of the thoughts I just thought is, and it's so random that I just thought about this in the middle of a day party, but just do it. Just do everything. Dare to give everything your all. Like just do, like, I can't even like explain this. I feel like I'm trying to find the words. You know, when you have so much to say that nothing comes out, that's me at this moment. And I recorded this video earlier, and even whilst I was recording I was like, I don't think this is it. And I knew I would re-record it again, in a sense of, not that I had more to say, I think it was just that I hadn't realized what I needed to say yet. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it wasn't that, oh, like, oh, I haven't really touched, or like I have more to add, because what I said in that moment was very valid to who I was in that moment. And this is another thing as well. I think it's so easy to see so many mountains, like to configure the image of so many mountains in your mind, in the sense of, okay, I'm working towards this person, towards this goal, but this is going to be in 5 years times, this is going to be in 10 years time, right? And I think it's so easy to put on to self what's the word I'm looking for, self-punish, or I don't know. Guys, if you can't tell, I'm really tired. I'm trying my best, but I just know that I want to do this now. And like I was saying before I went on a whole different ramble, was you change every moment. This is what I was trying to get at. You change every single moment, and I think sometimes we imagine our changed selves, our actualized selves, as a distant future. Again, that's the word that I was struggling to articulate. We put that distance between ourselves and our future self in such like a human conceptualization of time. And I think number one, the human conceptualization of time, I think, is just flat out wrong and irrelevant. BS. Yeah, these seconds, minutes, hours, days, years, months ain't got nothing to do with you. Really and truly, it's just more so, I guess, of like a conscious level of being able to quantify reality. But other than that, genuinely, time is energy, and I think it's more effective to see it from a perspective of energy than a perspective of time. And I feel like when you see it as a perspective of time, again, there's that distance, there's that, like, I feel like relaxed of like a, like, I've come now and I'm saying like, dare to just do everything, because I'm not doing everything, because in my head it's like, oh, deem and like who I'm going to be and like how great I'm going to be is in 10 years. I'm not gonna lie, not 10 years, 5 years. I always imagine like, oh, like in 5 years I'm gonna be in these rooms and I'm gonna be, why not by August? Why not by August? Why not by October? Shit, why not by next month? You know, like it's kind of like we put ourselves in that box of like restricted time, and then it's because of that restricted time, now your energy is also restricted, because you don't think that, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, instead of you like giving it your all and like actually like seeing it as like, okay, this is me when I'm ready for it to be me, right? You see it as like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like, I'm working towards this, I'm building this, I'm growing this. And don't get me wrong, there's reality, not reality, there's truth in sorry, I just touched the mic, but there's truth in slow and honest and earnest growth, in the sense of like process and everything. And I think I just think that slowness and that steadiness doesn't have to do with time. It's just accumulation of energy. I think it's two different things. I think they can correlate, and I think they correlate more so in the sense of for us to understand, but I don't think any further than that it's relevant, because it just, yeah, like one thing that I always catch myself doing is like when I'm journaling and I'm like kind of like, again, talking about like actualized me in some sort of distant future, and I have to say like, no, like it's genuinely me when I want it to be me, you know? And it's like, when do you want that to be you, and what are you going to do for that to now be you? Are you ready to start doing those things? And yeah, it ain't about how fast I get there, it's not about, I don't know, I'm still kind of sad with the lyric of it's not about what's waiting on the other side. I don't know, I feel like in all of these ladders there's always a lyric that I'm like, not that I don't necessarily agree with it, I just don't understand it, because obviously with the some battles I'm gonna have to lose, I didn't agree with that initially. And I find that anytime that I don't agree with lyrics, it's because I'm not at that point to hear it yet, right? So I'm always now anticipate, like before I would just not agree and I was like, nah, but then now when I don't agree, I'm always anticipating, or like I don't even like not agree, I'm just like, I haven't experienced that yet, so I'm always anticipating the experience for the furthering of that perception and that knowledge. And yeah, guys, this is where I'm currently at. I'm going to climb. I feel like as well, like I was like, I think because I've done so much, and it's like I think I've uncovered so much of my path and like the direction that I'm going in, it's kind of like, okay, now I have all the steps, but it's like, again, it's how do I explain it? Like I've uncovered so much, but then it's like, okay, let's leave the Miley Cyrus's analogy alone, because that's hard to translate in the sense of what I'm trying to explain. Let's say in terms of cooking, I have all the ingredients. I'm now just pouring it into a pot. But then it's like, what's the technique? What goes in first? What cooks longer? What needs to be added last? What is it? What dish am I even making, right? And I think that's the unknown, and it's more so of like, okay, I've gathered so much, and it's like now I've just realized, in the sense of, throw it in the pot. Use your senses and throw it in the pot. Give it your all. Give it your all. And it's like, it's such like a duh, like, get a load of this guy, obviously you have to give it all, but I think it's so much more easier said than done. In my last video I was talking about how our minds and our matter reacts differently to fear, right? And it's like in the same way that your matter would react like to fear, that you would overcome it in the sense of 1, 2, 3, go. It's the same way that your mind reacts to fear, and well, it's not the same way your mind reacts to fear, but your mind reacts to fear and you would overcome it in a 1, 2, 3, go. So it's like, obviously I have this fear of like, I think I have a very, very, well, not I think, guys, I have a very, very deep rooted fear of success. And that's the whole point of this, well, not the whole point of this, but it's very much documented and alluded in everything that I kind of say. And like, I guess in these ladders and validation and reassurance of, you know, whatever. But yeah, I do have a very deeply rooted fear of success, and I feel like the same way that I would jump off a cliff in 1, 2, 3, I need to jump off this mental cliff in 1, 2, 3. And I feel like I was just, I don't know what I was waiting for. I think I was just waiting to gain and feel the confidence of like, okay. And like, I guess I kind of eventually figured out that that confidence would be built by me just constantly exposing myself to like doing these things. Like for the last like 3 days, or like on and off for a week, but consistently for 3 days, I have written every single day. And like, obviously it starts there, but then I'm just realizing like, no, this is what I mean of the realization of just do everything at once. That's the 1, 2, 3. Me doing it or trying to do it every day for 1 week is me waiting for like the confidence to boil up, to have the audacity to 1, 2, 3. But it's like, I'm not waiting for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm just gonna do everything and just go out on a very big limb. Like, I don't know, but we're gonna find out together. And I think, again, when it comes to time being energy, giving your actualized version of you your all is very meticulously distributing your energy. Guys, when I say like, once this realization hit me, I was in the club. I said, yeah, I need to go home. I've come home now and I've made dinner. Didn't touch Netflix, didn't touch my phone, made dinner, changed my sheets. I hate changing my sheets. Gonna go shower and I'm going to bed. I might even write a little, but it's just like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna be so much more intentional with it. And I feel like I was so stuck on like, okay, I've uncovered so much, like what's the next uncovering? I'm looking for the next like part of the story of like, okay, cool, I've realized like, I'm going to be doing YouTube. I realized I've always known I'm going to be a writer. I'm writing blogs, I'm writing articles, I'm doing TikTok. Like, okay, what's next? Like, am I going to get a new idea? Like, am I going to be doing a show? Like, da 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 da. But then it's like, you don't need a next step, baby. You need to use the steps that you have. You have now collected all the gems. You haven't placed it in the, do you get what I'm saying? You haven't actually done anything with all of the things that you've collected. Like, you've collected them, fair enough, like you're doing them, but then it's like, you're doing them. I need to do them. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah, this is me doing them. And this is, I guess, my next mountain to climb, of just kind of like mixing everything together and making everything flow together in the sense of we don't know what dish is gonna make, but we shall find out when all the ingredients are ready and brewing and dinner is ready to be served. But yeah, I don't think there's anything more for me to say. I don't think so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Will I post this now? Is that too much? I think I can post this now. It's 11:42. I'm gonna go shower. Then I should be back in bed by 12, and then by like 12:30 I can quickly watch this and post it on YouTube. Maybe. we'll see. If not, tomorrow most definitely. No excuses, no delays. I'm giving it my all, and we're gonna see where this takes me. I am Deem. This is me, and dare to dream. Dare to dream. Bye, guys.